Welcome to month two of our Overgrown campaign, session two. I guess this is month three. Anyway, um, before anything else, I do want to talk about the changes to the desert travel rules that I outlined last session. I went ahead and I put a handout out if everyone will pull that up. Um, since you are in the desert, the temperature will be vastly different during the day and night. Um, The summary of the desert travel is that at night you will be less able to see your surroundings, and during the day you will need to consume more water in order to continue moving. Um, if there are any questions about the desert travel rules at any point in time, please let me know. Um, I do hope everyone has some concept of how many water skins they have available. Um, for those who have just arrived, welcome to our first session with you all. The desert travel rules will apply basically all the time that you guys are on this planet. Um, campaign bookkeeping aside, we do have one new person that is joining us. We have unfortunately had some problems with scheduling in regards to Cobalt and Mikey. Um, Krista, if you mind introducing yourself.
Hi, I'm Krista. And do I do I tell about my character?
Probably not yet, because no one's met the character yet, but um, whatever you feel that people should know about you. Don't worry, we all had no idea what the fuck to say either.
Okay. Well, D&D is fun, and this uh, this setting looked interesting. So nice to meet you all.
Oh yeah. Um, for one of the two people that was here last session, do you mind providing some form of recap as to the events of last session and getting everything caught up, and then we'll pick back up.
I suppose I'm gonna do it if you don't want to do it, Eric. I will take the silence
Eric,
as
you
a
guys
yep.
were the only ones here.
Yeah, sorry. Hi, yeah, can you do it?
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. um, last we left off. Well, last we left off, Det was in a cage, and just chilling there before Balzar, decided to break a deal, since they were getting kicked out anyways. Now the two of them with what Harry, uh, just walked out of the town because they were gonna be forced out anyways. Um, just in one singular direction, hoping to find somebody else or water. Too late. That's already calling him Harry.
Well, I tried. Um, speaking of
Um,
that, did you get an actual token?
I have the uncolored, still watermarked art currently. I can make that into a token if we want.
It is better than placeholder, sure. If you send it over to me, I can work on that while you guys handle roleplay things.
Oh
Alright.
my gosh, the giant floating text race. I haven't seen one of those before.
It's our favorite. But yeah, we traveled during the night. Um, the little camp there is running out of water. We learned that plants are dangerous, and oh, right. Do ignore the arm bit. They have to redo that because they didn't listen to instructions. Um, and during the night we got surrounded by a bunch of snakes. Somehow Harrier didn't die, and by morning we By morning, we've reached this weird camp place.
That sums it up pretty well.
The art looks fun, but oh my god, with all the watermarks, it's so screwed up.
Preview.
Preview.
The most previewed.
Wonderful. And indeed, at the end of your last session, oh shit, I didn't mark down what your health was. What was your health at?
I was at 8, but you can just link it to my sheet.
Okay, cool. At the end of your last session, you guys had been traveling through the night, and you had noticed a tent. I leave it to you guys to pick up the night as I figure out your picking.
You know, I didn't actually expect us to find anything. Ain't that weird?
I feel like this is a good thing rather than a bad thing. I'm fully aware it's definitely it's highly unlikely that this just so happens to be the guy that we're looking for. However, it's a guy in the middle of a desert and there's nothing for miles. We might as well try. Well, actually, I say it's a guy. Not even sure if there's someone there. Could just be an abandoned tent. But all things considered, why would someone just leave a tent?
You know, I'd ask the same question, but apparently you guys have death plants, so not on me.
Hmm.
uh, so are we all approaching this, or is only one of us doing it?
Yeah, I suppose it wouldn't hurt for us all to check it out. I mean, what's the worst that can happen?
The worst that can happen is that they're bandits and they stab us and take our stuff.
Aren't all the bandits dead?
Well, that's what they want
Yes.
you to think.
Why are you always so negative?
No, like on a
Like being
completely
an
real
alive
note,
person.
aren't all the bandits dead because there's no nearby source of water that's not near plants, and plants are goddamn killing things?
No, but remember the cacti weren't doing anything. So not all plants, just most.
Sure.
How about we just send Harrier to go check it out? You've done
That's
nothing
a
this
great
entire time.
idea.
Hey, whoa! I handled that snake real good.
I handled that snake.
I didn't get bit by that snake real good.
I killed 2 of them. You done absolutely nothing.
And you are holding my stuff. You're holding my thing. I want my thing back.
Oh, boo-hoo. Go check the tent out.
Ah, no. Not without the thing. I want my cape.
I don't want it to come to this, but I swear to
No,
every
I
single
got this.
day.
I got this. Hey, buddy. And that like gets real close, unarmed, not aggressive at all. He says, buddy. From a friend to a friend. You wanna go check out that tent?
No, I feel like you're not listening at all. And he will make that save. Give me one moment. Oh wait, no.
It's not a
There is no
save.
save, right?
Nope.
I'm just making charisma an advantage, whichever one you want.
I think he get a check here because he doesn't want to go. You don't just get to make a check and
Very
will
true,
things into
very true.
existence. You
Look,
have to
look,
make
look,
some
look.
form of
Listen
case
to me,
as to why
listen
he
to me.
should go.
We already know that there is no bandits, right? There are no bandits. Whoever's in there, given that it's breaking into morning, is probably asleep. We're not asking you to introduce yourself. Just take a quick look.
About a minute.
Because, you know, you
Does that
happen
make
to
us
be.
the bandits?
Sorry?
Does that make us the bandits?
No, because we're trying to head out of the desert. I'm pretty sure that makes us bounty hunters. Except no bounty. We are now nomads.
Oh. Alright, well, let's make the persuasion check at this point, I think. Yeah, jeez.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure. We're gonna cut over to the camp in just a moment. He thinks about it for another minute. He's like, all right, but if they're not awake, they're not awake. You know, maybe they got some more water or something.
Go right ahead and check it out. I believe in you,
And
Harry.
wait. You said we were going to get.
Yes, but I'm saying, like, we're walking behind you.
Yes, but I believe in you more.
It's not very together.
No, it is together. I'm literally, like, right behind you. We can't all enter the tent at the same time now, can we? Assuming that we...
Guess you got a point.
Yeah, there we go.
He will crouch down, even though he's already a short man. This is a halfling, do remember. As he crouches down, he kind of goes from like chest height down to like waist height for Det, and he starts to creep along as he tries to sneak up on this camp.
Det just leans
What the fuck is
towards
this guy doing?
Holy
Balzar during this time and just say, yeah, so... And just, like, whisper into his ear, yeah, so, Harry's gonna be real pissed off at me soon. So...
Honestly, better than me punching sense into him. So good on you. Although,
Yeah.
why is he walking like that?
I think he's trying to be sneaky.
To be fair, it's working.
Well, at least he's trying.
Yeah.
Give me just one moment. I'm double checking the tokens for the other two before I get them pulled out. Cicero, Silder. I never really got the rundown on how the two of you know each other. What I do know, though, in the middle of the desert, the two of you have met up. The two of you have set up a tent for the night. Whether or not you guys have adapted to the desert travel is kind of up to you. I don't know how long you two have been together at this point. Um, with that said, however, you guys are perched at the top of a dune, and at the bottom of the dune, area was just pretty blatantly yelling. So even if one of you wasn't keeping watch, you guys have definitely heard the commotion of other common speaking entities very nearby your camp.
And yeah,
Yeah.
my character type doesn't need to doesn't sleep, so just chills out for the night. So yeah, I figure at this point I would have that Silder would have shaken Cicero awake because well, Cicero looks a little more like the rest of them than I do. So
Huh? What? Oh. What's happening over there?
I should also ask, do you guys have any form of fire set up or anything?
probably a bit of one. Bit of a campfire. I've maybe a lot. It's probably down to coals at this point.
Gotcha. So everyone would be relying on dark vision.
Yeah.
Does everyone have dark vision?
No.
Yeah, Cicero can't see. Funny enough, neither can Harrier. Harrier only sees the outline of the tents on the top of the dune.
Cicero is going to just kind of step out of the tent, listen a little bit more, and then yell at, "You know we can hear you, right?"
To the group out on the dune, you see Harrier freeze the minute that he calls out.
It's like
In
you're
the
not
middle of
being
a storm.
very subtle.
Get just like whisper project your how far is is the distance between the two? Not super far yet.
Greater than your dark vision, but like not
Oh,
by
he
a
has
lot.
no dark vision.
Oh, you can't see either? Awesome.
Yeah.
None of us could. We had to light a torch last time.
Oh, you're right, you're right. Who was carrying the torch?
Me.
Okay, so Harrier is going to be ahead of you a good distance. You're going to, because this map can't really handle that sort of scale. And for D, because the torch is 2020, right?
Yeah.
That just mouths. He's lying. Don't trust him. Go for it.
You're doing great. Keep going.
As Harrier looks back at you, he there's the shadow of the torch coming off of Balzar that's basically completely obscuring your face. He just stares at you. From outside of the range of the dark vision, you can't, or the torch, you can't even tell if he's able to see you or not. If he's looking at you, even.
Det like looks around. Oh, shadows, right. And then takes a step back so that he's angled like somewhat behind Balzar. And then does the exact same thing again. They're lying. You're doing great. Keep going.
He kind of pauses for a minute. And then Harrier's gonna walk towards the ridge. They want to rob you!
I'm sorry, what?
They want to rob you!
Why?
Bring the sedge.
And he's going to start just making his way to the left. He's not going to answer the why.
You know.
Is that true? Do you want to rob us?
You know. No.
Jordan?
But also.
There's no but also
Harry,
no. The answer is no.
Really, Harry? You really just gonna go? They wanna rob you. Well, just look at the camp. Did you not understand, my dude?
Harrier is stumped off.
Oh, and he's gone.
He's already outside of your torchlight, but if you take a few steps forward, he's not there. He's slinking out of character left. That.
Balzar just lets out an exasperated sigh. Thank the gods, he's gone.
Well,
Who was that?
That is a very good question. I just called him Harry.
Was he?
Nah, he was kind of just sad.
Mm.
Really whiny.
Oh, the worst.
Exactly right.
Well, uh, from first impressions so far, you seem like reasonable enough people. Even though apparently you were trying to rob us, which you say is false.
Yeah, no, clearly, out here, standing here talking to you, still trying to rob you, clearly. No doubt
Yes,
about it.
or well, of
What
course,
was the
it could
next line?
also just be bait to get us to welcome you in, whereupon you can more easily assault us. But you'd never do such a thing. I'm sure. I'm sure.
Wouldn't for the life of me.
Aha, I see.
Buzzer
Well,
just nods.
I am going to reveal myself to you as a show of faith and good intent. Just give me a few moments, and Cicero will go back into the tent and get out one of his torches and use Druidcraft to give it a quick light, and then come back out. You see, we can all see each other now, for the most part. My companion is still over there in the tent, but um, she's still in the tent. There. Yeah.
You know what? Fair enough. Um,
Um,
you want to introduce yourself, Val?
Uh, yeah.
Um, hmm. Buzzer just squints his eyes and hands the torch off to Det because
Oh,
just he doesn't want to hold it anymore, really.
all right, buddy. So am I introducing myself first?
I mean, if you wanna, I'm not that bothered.
All
So let me
right,
describe the game case as well, because two of you have never met the other two and were out of character in terms of game.
Um, I suppose. Standing before you is in a human. He's a human. Weirdly bronze eyes, copper. Not really sure. Pretty far distance. Kind of oily. That scraggly level of unkempt hair, and in a nice little tuxedo. Standing at somewhat. I said what? 5'9", 5'11". Yeah, 5'11". Is the dude now holding the torch? And he looks up and he goes, "Nice to meet ya. Name's that. The B is silent, or the T is silent. I
No,
don't
you
And
were
know.
right
won't
the
you just
first
be
time.
Deb?
No, debt. Like owing something.
Well, yes, but if the T was silent, then it'd just be De.
Is it not already? I feel like it is already. But hey, nice to meet ya. Whoever you are.
Who's going next?
I'd assume.
Sorry.
No, go ahead.
After Det's done, Balzar gives a small wave, his arm above his head. It's very animated, despite being rather curt. I'm moving about while doing this. Hold on. He's relatively small, like about half the height of Det, and he's a little monkey man. His tail is coiled around his left leg, probably just for travel use. Wouldn't want to leave tracks other than his footsteps. And he just smiles up as best as he can see from his where he stood, and he nods, and he begins with, "Hello, my name's Balzar. The other guy was Harrier. He's my associate, I suppose. I wouldn't worry about him too much. He's kind of like a lost dog. He'll come back eventually, probably. I'd kind of hope not after his last display of emotion. We're not here to rob you. Let me just emphasize that.
Now, for what it's worth, I will reiterate that you just tried to get the guy that you're supposed to be protecting to walk face first into an unknown camp. And then use magic to make him do it.
Yeah, well, maybe he should.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, well, anyway, he holds his hands out in front of him and, like, defensively, he holds them up by his head. We're not trying to rob you. I will reiterate, we aren't. I don't know what made him say that. We're not. I hope we can, like, come to an agreement there. We don't mean any harm. And I'm talking far too much. I apologize. Please go ahead, introduce yourself. If you know.
Well, he did seem a bit. Actually, I can't say that. You people don't really like that. Anyways, what you see is. Oh, what did I just do? The left click menu came up and something happened on it. I don't know what it was. Nothing's happened yet, but I'm scared. Anyways, what you see is a man, question mark, standing at the incredibly imposing height of 2'8". He appears to be mostly elven, if it weren't for the antennas sticking out of his head and the dragonfly wings he has on his back. He's got nice, long brown hair tied into a ponytail behind him, some green eyes, and his clothes are also mostly green. Sleeves are kind of see-through. It's pretty nice. But he gives you a wave and says, "Well, it's good to meet you. I'm hoping that we can get off to a beneficial relationship for all of us, given that we are not exactly in a large group as is. There's safety in numbers after all. And, I haven't even introduced myself yet. My name is Cicero. It's a pleasure to meet you. At least I would hope it is. My companion there is still in the tent. Silder, do you want to come out, introduce yourself to these lovely people?"
Okay, so like I said, Silder would have been peeking out one of the other sides of the tent to see what the heck Harrier is doing. Silder does have dark vision. How should I... Do we want Harrier to not to have managed to slink off into the shadows even so?
It would. Is you passed it over 17? That's what he rolled on his stealth.
17. Okay, I will go ahead and roll perception for that. No. No. It's like...
He's
Okay, so
a
you'll
very
hear
small man. He's dark place.
Okay. So you will hear from the tent some words that some disconnected words that sound kind of like Cicero's voice. Person gone. Can't see. Silder, come. So, Silder's going to go ahead and step out of the tent. Hello. And so what you see is a 5 foot tall praying mantis, basically. But with but instead of green, they kind of blend in as much as possible with the sandy color of the dune. But with the torchlight, you can see them just fine. And they're holding a wooden shield because you did say there was something about robbing, so still a little bit on edge, and probably. And they're wearing a device around their neck, and so at a certain point, their mandibles are going to start clacking, and their antennae are going to start waving, and then you'll hear sound coming from the device around their neck, saying, "Hello, you many have no wings, no antenna. Interesting."
Yeah.
And quite unfortunate. How do you
Yeah.
manage to just stay like that on the ground with feet?
You
I
know,
have
it's
4 of
not
them,
as bad as
so
being stuck in a cage. I'll tell you that.
Oh. I feel like I like you already.
You know what? I'll take it. I'll take it.
so question. What is your friend here? Balzard looks slightly reserved about even the prospect of approaching. He's a bit
Well,
put
to be
off.
perfectly honest, I'm not completely sure. What are you? I don't know
Well,
what you are.
um, in all honesty, neither do I. I just most of what I've been told, I just resembled some sort of um ta- tailed mammal. I mean, my fingers are like webbed. I'm not exactly a monkey. So I honestly couldn't tell you either. If you can find out, then. But I'm hardly equipped to answer.
Can't relate. Happen to be human.
Yes,
uh,
I've seen an unfortunate number of your kind even before I came here. But that's beside the point.
fairy?
They are.
Not fairy. Fairy.
Indeed. How could you
Hey.
possibly tell?
I can't.
He's a
They
smart man.
are. What was word?
Human.
Okay, so you'll. At that point, Silder would have been pressing a button. Okay, and so you'll hear again in Cicero's voice, "Human. Hello, human."
Oh my god. Hello there. Ain't that fun?
It
It's
is.
Uh,
Honestly,
intuitive. I'll
I
give them
have no
that.
idea how it works.
I'm sure the intricacies of it is terribly boring.
Boring.
Don't be a
Very
downer.
boring.
God.
What?
Tried
No.
explaining Cicero. Cicero slept.
Oh,
How
Well,
rude.
Tilda, it wasn't that bad.
I can't believe you actually slept through it. After
No,
after giving me that reaction. Wow. Just
now, Tilda,
unbelievable.
I thought I told you this before. It's not boring. I was just tired.
Apology accepted. Hello. My name, Silder.
Nice to meet you, Silder. So anyways, you guys also traveling throughout the nights?
Yes.
Change the topic.
Well, don't head and that points in the general direction where he thinks the town set of camps are. That direction, because they don't like visitors.
Don't like visitors.
Yeah, I was put in a cage for.
I, not to be that guy, but I really think they just didn't like you. I was perfectly fine.
Now, is it the assault kind of don't like, or the silent judgment kind of don't like?
Oh, they're gonna kick you out of their town.
For
Mm.
me, it was the silent judgment.
All I did was show up.
Yeah, well, maybe you showed up in a way that was disrespectful. They
I'm
live in the desert.
sorry,
You don't
I
know what they're
can't
like.
control it when somebody else decides that, hey, you should be in another continent or world. That's not my
Well,
choice.
fucking wah, suck it up.
I had to be in
Anyway,
a wolf cage for days.
yeah, and whatever. Stop complaining. You've complained
Human.
enough. From what I heard, you complained every single day you were in that cage. So I think you should stop talking because you've complained enough. Now, let's have a civil conversation with our new friends. Because we still don't have the means to keep traveling through this desert.
Ah, that is
Hmm.
fair.
So you go back to talking to them. I'm not good at this.
Oh,
Human
of
treat
course.
other human that way.
Oh, pretty sure they were cat people. What are they called again? Tabaxi? Yeah,
So back to the
I do love those ones.
yeah. Um, anyways, we're apparently heading outwards trying to find some water. Uh, don't
or
know how
just
long we can keep
anything.
that up. But, yeah.
So
You guys happen to have any water?
just
Though I
anything.
am loath to admit it, we don't have a good supply right now either.
Well, then I guess we're both looking for the same water source, hopefully. Maybe.
Indeed.
Silder have barrel, not much inside.
That's perfectly
Some
fine.
some pin cushion without pin.
I'm sorry.
Not
You know how to say
exactly water.
pincushion, but not human?
Right.
What do you say?
Nothing. Yeah. He raises his hand and steps back. He's not going to question anything that comes. It's a big insect that can speak. He's not in any mind to question it.
No, I mean, like, I didn't hear what he said. Me, the player.
He was questioning the fact that they knew how to say pincushion but didn't know human.
Many pin cushion here. No pin cushion. Well, first time see human.
We've seen plenty of pincushions. But we've had the well, we haven't seen a human so far yet until now.
Well,
Uh-huh.
are any of those the people that I've been accused of freeing?
Do any of them look like the
I don't
people that
remember what description they
Did they
gave.
tell you?
No.
Did they just tell me? Oh,
Nobody told
no.
me.
The answer's no. The answer's no. Sorry. I thought this was a
To
brief that we were both present for.
So Silder's
They
at this.
did mime it out. They weren't able to give you like a verbal description, but they did mime it out. So that might have seen question mark.
I mean, if he did not remember.
Fair enough.
We're looking for some guy with a longer snout, I think. I'm not entirely sure. Like, kind of foxy-ish. My memory's foggy. I'm not. I know that's terrible considering it's the one thing we were tasked with, but
I mean, the one thing we were tasked with is to go die somewhere else. Let's be honest here.
yeah, okay.
You know, this is
You
a
make a fair
bonus.
point.
Optional bonus. Go find the prisoner. And then
Ed was
all of
from
you
your
go die somewhere else.
Either way, it wasn't a large insect or a fairy that we were tasked to find.
So I'm sure if it were me, you would have remembered it far well. What? You would have remembered it far better.
Don't flatter yourself. Anyway,
Is it really flattery if it's right?
is it right?
I think it is.
I think you look like every other human that I've seen, minus the wings.
And the height, and the ears,
Yeah, I suppose.
and the antenna.
Silder think all here memorable.
I'll be perfectly honest, I can't tell you apart much better from any of the other humans I've seen.
It's
Despite
okay. Just look at these eyes, and then you'll realize they're not my eyes.
Oh yes, they are. They're right there. They're in
Not your
skull.
eyes.
Yeah. Still don't know what my dad did. Very scary. Don't want to ever do that again.
Human, very strange.
Oh,
Indeed.
I'd agree.
look.
I was hoping not to run into many of them, but you mentioned a town or something before, a collection of camps.
Oh yeah, just on the a night that way, probably. I don't know if we ever made a turn.
Do they have water?
Probably. They're not gonna give you any.
Yeah, but they're not going to. Yeah.
Just because
They
they're not
do,
going
but
to
they're
give it to
low.
me doesn't mean I can't have some.
For what it's worth, they did give you guys water before you left. I don't know if you actually wrote it into your inventory. They gave you
I
some water.
did.
It was just not completely.
I've got 2 water. I've got more than 2 water skins.
I don't know how much everyone here writes things down, so I do feel the need to chime up sometimes to remind some details.
I did not want.
I've got 7 water skins. I'm not sure why. I'm assuming it was from last time. That just seems like an odd amount.
They gave you 6, so you probably had one before that.
I had one, yeah. Okay, okay. That checks out then.
Wait, was it 6 each or 6 total?
Total.
Ah,
So
right.
2 days of water if you guys still had food with you.
Right. So that's why I didn't record it down, because he had it.
Yeah, because I took them.
But hey, you know, I got food. Who wants snakes? I got snakes.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Snakes?
Snake
Just
delicious.
Ruffles pulls out a desert snake.
Well, I've never tried snake before, but I'm willing to give it a shot.
It can't be worse than eating a rat.
Silder can prepare.
Oh, no, it can.
What's going to be more disgusting than sewer rats?
There are plenty of things more disgusting.
Cicero, produce fire.
I do
Campfire.
indeed.
And Silder will go ahead and add some wood
Yeah.
to the coals.
He'll use some druidcraft to light it up again.
Okay. Silder will go ahead and get out, pop back into the tent briefly and bring out some cooking supplies and start. We'll take a look at the snake. Think a bit. We'll take out a sharpened stick and use that to cook it. Stick it through lengthwise. Start grilling it over the fire.
Obviously, by this point, if Balzar doesn't bother moving, Dead's just gonna, pat the little dude on the back and go, "Let's go, buddy."
He
Which
does
little dude? There's like
reluctantly-
3 little dudes we've seen so far.
Well, he's closest to Balzar, is the point.
Bowser, yeah.
Speaking of fire, are you meaning the king close small?
Yes, Cicero is small. Mechanically.
Oh, okay. Does anyone else
Bowser
consider
would
it
be
small?
able to just-
What exactly is
I don't
going on?
know. We're seeing if anyone is mechanically small.
I think it's is it everyone except Dat?
Balzar would be small and Cicero would be small. I would not be small.
Okay.
Yes. The human and the insect stand toe to toe.
Yes.
Meanwhile, the monkey and the fairy are tiny boys.
Oh, geez.
Mm,
You know what? This is just the size of Cicero's token. Now I need to do all ours.
Could Cicero make some kind of cooked utensils check to see if there's anything interesting he could do with the snake?
Utensils. You can do, I will say, intelligence using books utensils if you have it.
I do.
Or if you have another tool you think might be more applicable, you can feel free to propose it.
Yeah, we've got cook's utensil proficiency and the item itself.
As does Silder.
14.
I will get back to you on that as I double check one quick rules thing.
Alrighty.
You guys can continue. I will let you know once I've read what I got to read.
So, how have your journeys brought you here?
I got adopted. And then I got shunted here. And then I was in a cage for a few days.
Rather brief.
Adopted. What is adopted?
Okay, so you know how normally people have parents?
Yes.
Yeah. So if somebody were separated from their parents, they're technically orphans, I suppose.
Silder is orphan.
Me too, bud, me too. Getting adopted is when another adult well, takes legal custody. That's the word, right? Yeah. Legal custody over you or over an orphan.
Legal custody.
That's all
Oh,
I know.
other adult like parent.
Yes.
Adopted
Nice.
is when you get new parents to replace the old ones.
That sounds nice.
But yeah, so
Soldier,
I signed away, you know, hit my birthday, then got shunted here, and then I was in a cage.
parent not help?
Oh no, Dad's totally an asshole. He definitely shunted me here.
Update with the poison, because that's outright. That's what it is. Um, these are definitely venomous snakes. However, how you go about removing the poison on your 14, you're not entirely sure. If you, the player, would like to take a guess, feel free. But it's, I have a rough concept of how to extract snakes.
Silder prepare many time.
Why don't you give it a shot?
So Silder will take a knife. Actually, probably the sickle might be more appropriate here. And well, take a cooking knife and measure along by its from the end of its head. Pick the appropriate what seems like the appropriate spot and cut. Now, would you figure it'd be so Silder has proficiency in nature, survival, and cooks utensils. What do you think would be most appropriate for deciding where would be the end of the gland with the venom?
I love the cook's utensils because you have to know that you're cooking something poisonous in order to not poison your food, as
Yep.
far as I think. Um, Beyond that, if you want to try a nature animal handling check, I'll allow it.
I'll go ahead and do nature. Um,
Since you are not using a poisoner's kit, it doesn't matter. I was about to say the DC will be 15, but um,
17.
you are able to extract what is the equivalent of one vial's worth of poison from all of them. Since they are dead, they have stopped producing more venom. And they will operate under the same, or the venom that you have extracted will operate under the same mechanics as the snake bite. So, that would be
Nice.
DC 10 con save, it's an injury based poison against 2d4.
Okay. Yeah,
Nice
Silver
work.
has herbalism kits, so I believe at least would have a couple vials as well, equivalent of
Sounds good
vials.
to me.
But
Handy when fight. I guess the question would be: does poison work against the nasty plants, or would we have reason to we maybe help against nasty plants?
I would hope so. I would also hope we don't run into any more of them.
speaking of journeys, what brings you all here?
I think my village is cursed, and I'm trying to find a way to resolve that.
I'm sorry, you think it's cursed, or you're sure it's cursed?
Well, it seems to work like some kind of disease. You get the curse and then spread it to someone else near you, and then you die, and then they die, and then they spread it. But none of our remedies seemed to work on it, so I'm not really sure what it is.
Ah, okay. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. I was about to be like, what do you mean you think it's cursed? How is something not a curse but possibly a curse? You
Well,
know,
many kinds of magic could be considered curses. It just depends on whether or not you can consider it one.
fair enough, fair enough. What about you, Solder? What brings you here?
Silder grow up forest village. Silder gather herbs. Return village. Everyone dead. Nasty plants attack village. Hate nasty plants.
Ah,
Run. Escape. Come to desert. Learn use desert plants. Pin cushions good for water.
nice.
Want revenge. Nasty plants.
Ah, I see, I see.
Help Silder?
Absolutely sure. I don't know what else I have to do. I'll be completely honest.
Silder cannot fight nasty plants alone.
Fair enough. Uh, you know, now that you said pincushion, but like in an actual context, are you talking about the cacti? Cactuses?
What?
Cacti.
So Silder's going to lean into the tent again, pick up. It's yes, a small cactus that's had the needles removed. It's like this is pincushion. Cicero say pincushion.
Are they not? Is that not what they are?
That's a cactus.
Cactus.
Well, I feel
Huh.
like that clears so much up. For me, anyway.
Cactus.
Well, I've never seen a cactus before, so how was I supposed to know?
Look, man. It happens. That's literally all I can say. It happens.
It does happen. Many things happen.
So, we're all fine with traveling together, yeah?
I don't
Yes.
see why not.
Cool, cool. Well, how close is it to the morning?
To my recollection, you guys did do a full 8 hours of travel during the night.
Right, right.
So, morning probably isn't too far away, but you guys also are unable to travel until you go ahead and get a long rest.
Absolutely. Um, well, you guys, are you two fine with traveling at night? Have you guys been traveling at night?
For the most part.
Alright. Let's see here. What do I have to set things up for myself? It's okay, I'm already used to sleeping out in the sand.
Really now.
I'll see you guys in the next night.
Next night.
And that just like lays in the sand and falls asleep.
Well,
Say name again. Just going to record that.
Balzar?
Balzar. It sounds like you. And same for the other person. Other person too.
What's up?
Dad.
Oh,
Name.
Dad.
Your name.
Yeah.
Dad. Dad. Okay. In sand. Want cover? Blanket?
Nah, I'll be fine.
That sounds excessively uncomfortable.
Not worse than a cage made for wolves.
Really? How could the cage be worse?
Yeah,
This is sand. I have freedom to move around. I was in the sun anyways.
Yes, but it's all coarse and grainy and it gets at everything.
Okay, and
What do you mean, okay, and?
I mean, okay, and
And it's uncomfortable.
there's
Is it
gonna be
not?
sand everywhere in all my stuff anyways. We're in the middle of a desert.
Maybe it'd be better if you weren't sleeping in the sand.
All I'm doing is reaching the maximum. Look. There's only so many, like, levels of sandiness you can get. And you're gonna get in the middle of a desert like this, you're gonna get to that as sandy as possible. Uh, Eventually. All I'm doing is
You-
just getting comfortable with as sandy as possible.
Do you not empty out your articles before you start traveling again?
Why would I bother?
I see this conversation as hopeless.
well, I suppose I'll probably sleep as well then.
This row has nothing better to do, so he's going to check the weather. Druidcraft.
Good plan.
It's gonna be hot. You're in the desert.
No.
Alright, everybody settle down first.
Yeah.
Yep, keep resting.
Wonderful. Do. Give me a whole Your night goes well for that event. I guess your day, as the sun does rise in the middle of your rest. Um, Everyone can go ahead and get your long rest done. I will say I'm going to start keeping track of time here. So we'll say that you wake up somewhere around 12 p.m. For argument's sake, we'll say there's 3 or 4 hours of light. So, is there anything you guys would like to do? What are you?
We'll check the weather again. Druidcraft's cantrip.
It's
Might as well
hot.
stay up to date. It's going to be hot,
It's
and then
hot.
after
It's
the hot,
20.
it's for the whole 24 hours.
That always say hot.
Then it's going to be cold. Because then it's going to be night.
Indeed, it always says the same thing, but if it doesn't say the same thing, that's when it'll be important.
I really, really want you to
It didn't
think
used to say
about
the same thing. It only started saying the same thing when you came to the desert.
and Bowser walks up to Cicero and he just places a hand on his shoulder. I really, really want you to think about where we are right now. Why do you think it's so warm?
I know why it's so warm. It's
Then why do you keep checking?
because
The
what if
desert's not going to
something
become an
else
ocean.
happens? You don't know that. I don't know that.
I could make a
Stranger
very
things have
well-educated guess.
Stranger things have happened, Balzar.
I will give you that one. But I don't think a desert has ever become an ocean in a matter of minutes.
Well, actually, here's a better point. Can you think of a
Oh,
reason I shouldn't check?
Doesn't it
Um,
only... doesn't it only check your location,
Yeah.
You literally checked last night.
not where you're going, where you are?
Yes, I do it every once in a while.
Right, but you did it twice here.
Yes, because we slept.
Do you think something's going to change here?
Is there a reason I shouldn't check? I'm confused as to why you care so deeply about this.
I don't know. I'm not a magic user. I don't know how magic works.
Look,
I can
I
do this
just
whenever
got
I
curious
want.
because you seem to be very intent on doing it, so I was just like, you know, but why?
I mean, like out of character, he's pretty casual about it. He just cast it. He can just do it.
No, yeah.
Oh, totally.
And
This is like in character. Literally, this is just the casual. But why?
Because I can.
Yeah.
okay, but okay.
You know what I can do?
What can you do? I was actually going to ask you that once we got out on the road. What do you do? What's your job?
Ah, I can do this. And pokes. He pokes Cicero, and then immediately drops concentration.
Hmm.
Eh.
So,
I've been
so
told I
you
have
just
quite the
make
silver tongue.
Cicero hostile to you?
Also, don't do that again.
It's like the only effects it has. You just made him angry.
Yeah, literally.
I just
This
want to make sure that we're clear about it.
Red,
literally
cause instant dislike.
Oh yes, now I can see why they locked you up.
Oh, I didn't do that to them. I literally just popped up and everybody decided that I should be in a cage.
I think they knew what you were going to do.
I could do the
It
other
was just
things,
a
but my
preventative
other
measure.
things are very much, hurt.
Don't give it a try. Give him a whack.
I'd rather you didn't,
What?
actually.
Why would I
Um,
do that?
Why not? He said you.
Try.
He said he wanted to know what you do.
As in, I wanted him to tell me about it, not demonstrate it by
Show
attacking
don't
me.
tell.
I have like one more thing I can do, but that's like a once in a while thing. Once after I do it once, I'm gonna need to take like a break. So if we want to see that one, I can do that one right now.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
Show on pincushion cactus.
That no, it only works on uh sent people with thoughts. Yeah. Like that, and yes, the other thing is also, not a harmful thing. Well, physically harmful, anyways.
I'd love to have this chat forever, but we're not going to get anywhere if we don't go anywhere.
I was
So-
just about to say, I don't think we have anything left to do here.
Well, we could, rest for a bit longer.
Why would we do that?
We're it's the middle of the afternoon.
Damn, yeah, it was 12 p.m.
So if we're gonna take a little break, do you want me to show you right now?
What will you be showing me exactly?
Oh, it's like the first one, but you don't get angry afterwards.
Look, sounds like I've already seen that one then.
No. This one affects more than one person.
Ah,
Or, I can make you real scared.
I'm a brave person.
Sure you are. You wanna bet?
What do you mean, sure you are?
You're also arrogant, so.
You wanna bet?
Bowser just turns away, scratching his neck.
Are we all
I'm
feeling
not
brave
arrogant.
today?
I just know what I'm worth.
What, 1 copper? A boot, maybe?
You sassy bitch.
Right back at you.
Still there, you want in? Are we all doing the fear?
Fear?
Yeah, you want to try it out? It'll only be like 6 seconds or something.
Silder intrigued. Go ahead.
Alright. Everybody please make a wisdom saving throw. DC 14.
Right, let's see how this goes.
I need to use
Alright.
roll 20 for this
Can I
because
target
don't-
myself?
Definitely
I'm not
not.
interested.
Definitely not with advantage. Let's see.
I think. Yeah, if,
I don't
you're
think
if,
it
if
can be
you're in the
changed
queue,
by yourself.
what the
Dead?
I
Very
don't think you
striking.
can charm yourself.
Can I fear
I'm never-
myself?
Well, yeah,
Have you heard of
can
people who are
charm.
so full of themselves? That's you.
You can charm yourself. It's just this effect doesn't hit you. I don't think because it's just to keep originating from you.
Ah, that is true, that is true.
I'll double check cube rules and give me 1 moment. For memes, go ahead.
Yeah. Whatever your wisdom save bonus is.
Yeah.
Hey!
Wow.
Nobody succeeded.
Nobody succeeds.
Yeah, so for the next 6 seconds, everybody just feels afraid of specifically Dat, who's still laying there like a slob in the sand.
Hey,
Cicero
Dead?
realizes that
Scary.
he's gonna get really hot, and just thinking about that scares him, so he starts flying away.
Oh,
See, I told ya. Anyways, I'm gonna take another nap. I'll see you guys in the night.
Wait a minute. Why would I care if he's hot? He comes back.
Alright. I mean, go ahead and take a short rest. I'm not fanning anything.
Yeah, we'll wait till it gets dark.
Oh, right,
Then we're
and I
gonna.
suppose if it's also before the short rest, Lib says, oh wait, I got one more thing. Look at that tent over there. Glow! Okay, now I'm done. Night.
Good night.
Yeah.
Oh,
We will call it nighttime.
Dead make that as well. Silder can do too. And Silder will get out some sparkly powder and throw it in Death's direction. And also cast Fairy Fire.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Artificer's longest.
I'm
Yeah.
just chilling.
This was all an ingenious plot to make Silder use their spell slots.
Clearly. That is just
In case you haven't noticed, you've fallen right into my trap.
that is clearly just
But
a
you fool, you
tactical
were a
device.
warlock all along.
Anyway, at 4 p.m., Mike falls over the desert. And yeah. Don't forget that when you begin to travel, you guys will need to mark out some of your water skins as empty. If you're going to get travel, I guess you could just sit here forever.
Okay.
Bow,
Let's
pass me a water.
he passes him a water.
Thank you. I'm just gonna remove the snakes. And, yeah. Shall we get going?
Indeed, let's.
Let's see. Silder would want to be keeping an eye out for possible water sources or food on the way.
And before they get on the road proper, Cicero will kind of approach everyone else and say, "Well, I don't know about you, but I'm not particularly keen on getting sand in my clothes, so I'm going to be up in the air. And if I see anything out of the ordinary, I'll come back down and let all of you know."
Isn't
Alright.
Cicero one of the ones that doesn't have dark vision?
Well, yeah, but if someone else has a light source and they're moving, he could see that.
Alright, fair enough. Features around you, if you have fresh water for yourself, like people each day, out of your land offers very small game water. So, unfortunately, there is no water nearby anyway. This is a continent. It is an islands continent, so I guess all continents are islands, really. So if you had enough, far enough in any given direction, you will find water. But
I see.
beyond that, you've had to get creative with waters.
Okay.
And would you say it's possible for Cicero to sneak, given that he'd be way up in the air, out of the way in the dark?
I'm sorry. Could you repeat that? I got a message.
Would it be possible for Cicero to be hiding, be sneaking as well, because he'd be out of you're not looking up and it's dark.
Um, as I mentioned in the desert travel document, you're not going to need to make any like stealth check or anything because uh, perception checks can only be made during dim light, which means that also applies to your passive perception. For new travel. As much as it doesn't work in you guys' favor, it doesn't work in others' favor.
But like if it were possible, so, if there were any situation where it would come up, he'd be trying to sneak.
Well, if there was a situation where it came up, then you're in dim light and in the sky where you have.
Okay. Well, if we have like some source of light going on, so Silder does have dark vision, so we'll be able to see, um, both the bright light and the dim light area, and a bit beyond.
And your dark vision is effectively dim light, yeah, except black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was also thinking someone just had like really big dark vision.
So, what direction are you guys heading? There's desert in all directions. Zet and Balzar came from that way.
So let's not go back the way we came.
Really? Silder wishes see town.
They don't wish to see your.
The town would not like visitors, and it would not like revisitors more so.
Yeah.
That is sad.
It is. But that doesn't mean that we don't travel anyways. Where did you guys come from? That way? And he points in the direction that Balzar and him were traveling. So just away from the town.
I'm not sure, to be honest. Let's see.
You can mix something up, but it's a desert.
It's a desert. I mean, From some
Um,
direction.
if you want to, give me a quick rundown of the terrain that you came from before you came to the desert, I can also give you a general idea. I can do for gore.
Sure. So Sildur would have grown up in a village in a forest. So someplace that's forest.
So it should be roughly that way. If you're using cardinal directions, that should be south
Southeast.
something. Yeah,
Southeast.
yeah.
That'd be yeah. So,
Not that I think any of you have a compass, but I did mention I haven't gotten the world map uploaded to Roll20 yet, despite having to do that. I do have it made though. It's made this time. I just didn't do the important part.
Fascinating.
That's fine.
Look, I gotta get it from my phone to my computer, and then my computer to Roll20. It's the whole thing.
Yeah. Uh, learning this, that's just gonna go. Yeah, so let's just continue heading that way. And he points to the direction that they've been traveling.
Okay, so towards the northeast. Okay.
Yeah. Right.
Aw.
No harm. We're not retracing any steps.
Acceptable.
Then yeah, I guess that's off we go.
Um, how long do you guys want to travel?
Let's see.
The full 8 hours.
Assuming you don't have anything interesting before, that is.
We'd be traveling the full 8 hours, right? Yeah.
Figure that.
yeah.
Mark, check your DMs. I have one last question for you.
Forgot Mark was here.
Okay, so as you all make your way through the desert, we will say it is during the 6th hour since he's traveling. Right? During the 6th hour, can I get a perception check from the ones with dark?
Okay. Perception.
Mark, that includes you. My bad.
Oh, it includes me. Well, wonderful.
You get to do things. I know, it's crazy.
I wasn't expecting that.
And there's nothing on the horizon or anything that Cicero would be able to see.
Not at the moment. Since you don't have dark vision, when you're walking along at the top of the dunes, the only thing you'd be able to see is the other tops of dunes. Down into the dunes, there's not a whole lot. Everything is just dark. When you're walking from the bottom, if you look up the dune, there would be a silhouette.
Sorry.
I guess I could get super in detailed about which angle you guys are walking from, but I don't really want to do that. I'll be honest.
Yeah, no, he is in the air, so you just be able to see further than everyone else, but he can't like make out the details.
However, as you guys are walking the opposite direction of the village, Silder becomes aware of someone at the edge of their dark vision, heading in the opposite direction, towards the village.
So Silder, okay, Silder's going to go ahead and
Also, I realized I asked for a perception check. I'm kind of stupid. Valen, you see a fire. You see a torch. So I guess, really, you could react however you wanted a good while in advance. My apologies. Also, what is your HP, Valen?
8.
Okay. So, backpedaling a little bit because I realized I'm stupid. Valen, you see torchlight up ahead. You know the people that you're following have not been using glitches. I will say there's a good 100 feet, and you'll come over a dune and see the flag. And since I'm going to say that, yeah, fuck it. You guys can see the people at the top. I apologize. Give me one moment. Let me figure out my own thoughts here.
Take your time.
sure.
I'm just scratching my ears.
Valen comes over the hill. At the bottom of the dune, he sees this fire. Similarly, Cicero was directly looking out for people. Silder rolled pretty high on the perception check. The two of them will become aware of the silhouette of an individual at the top of one of the dunes nearby. That makes sense. That works. There we go.
Well, Valen being Valen will go over to the fire. Surely they're, wonderful people and willing to talk.
Is Cicero aware that he is like approaching here?
You would see the person come down from the dune, and then you would kind of lose sight of them as they're no longer on that top of it.
Hmm.
No longer contrasting the sky.
He'll descend back down to the rest of the party and say, I saw someone on that dune over there. They passed down, so I can't see them anymore, but I thought you should be aware that there's someone else out there.
Hey, maybe it's gonna be the dude that I was accused of freeing. Let's go.
That would be helpful.
And he'll
And
go
also,
back up into the sky and try and fly around and see if he can get another visual on this thing that he saw.
Try it now, Mark.
Okay.
And as stated, until they come within the dim light, since you do not have dark vision, you're not going to be able to make a visual. Silder will be able to see them when they come within 20 of the dim light.
Okay.
Also, Mark, I assume that was you that just moved it. Is it working?
You assume that what?
I assume that's you that's moving it. You.
Yes, again. I assume I'm going down the dune, so.
Yes, indeed. You were described as coming over the top. So.
Let's see. Since Silder would have, let's see, 60. Would this be within 60 feet at this point? Or?
I don't know. Let's see what the map says. No.
Okay.
That is 85.
I think probably since got a little bit of an alert from Cicero, we'll go ahead and equip their shield. So Silder's got
Okay.
the wooden shield on, just in case. Okay. All right. So Silder's watching, I guess, that direction where Cicero had indicated. It's going to maybe adjust their device a little bit so that it's quieter and say, "We greet them."
That's the plan, really. It's not like
Yeah, let's see why not.
like hey, let's say they're aggressive, right? It's one dude. It's one dude. There's four of us. We're gonna be fine.
Famous last words for real, for real.
Look. That's gonna continue saying that, and he's honestly gonna one day instantaneously die right after saying it.
But Sildar will believe because, Sildar, as far as Sildar knows, this is how people work. Although maybe might not trust, might be a little bit distrusting of death, though, with all the how scary he's been. But okay, Sildar will go ahead and adjust the speaking device again and say, "Hello."
I honestly don't know if Alan could hear you, because I'm sure the people at the fire would hear you first, because they're in between us, right?
They are the people at the fire, so there's that.
Oh, there's that.
The fire,
We have
the
the
Oh,
fire is their torch.
some lonely wandering people in the dark. Hello there.
Hey, you see, we got a talker. How's it going?
Hold on. Let me get closer so I can see you all. You don't sound the most trustworthy, so I don't want to get too close if you don't mind.
Sure, buddy.
Sildar trustworthy, Det less trustworthy,
I mean,
but safe. Sildar thinks.
who's holding the torch out of curiosity? Like, who has it?
Pretty sure it's debt now.
Oh, wonderful! It's you, the lackey from the prison who didn't even know how to free himself. Oh, that's wonderful.
You're
Wait,
the
you know each other?
dude. Ah. Hey, so remember how I said I popped up, got shunted into the town, and then got put in a cage?
Yes.
Yes.
I got put in a cage because they thought I freed a dude who was in the cage
No,
previously.
I really, really thought you would have been competent enough to get yourself out. But,
Oh, I don't
it isn't my
you.
fault.
Wait, do we have
I
another
don't know you
person of
either, so I
refinement?
don't owe you jack all.
Like, I was not there to free you.
Oh yeah, because the god was so incompetent that he let me out.
So is this good that
The
you're
bar
or bad?
in the airports would probably have been really coming by to provide.
Yes, but he's making it sound more extravagant.
Look.
Confused.
All I know is that I showed up in the town. People pointed spears at me after I showed up in the town. And apparently they thought I freed you.
I don't know why, you don't look anything like me.
I don't know. You know what? No. That way is to madness.
So, what are you doing out here? Oh, let me guess. You got free somehow? Did you free yourself? Actually, maybe I'll take back my statement. Maybe you were smart enough to get out.
He wasn't.
Oh, that's sad.
Do I look like someone who's gonna be able to get out of a prison?
Well, don't judge a book by its cover.
All I wanted to do was start a bank. Why didn't Dad have to send me here?
Bank? What's a bank?
Ah. Money place.
Elaborate.
Money.
Uh, it's basically a place where people store money or take out loans.
Although I commend you for that, honestly, gold in this age is not quite as valuable as water.
Look, I'm not even from here. I was surprised to hear that plants are killing people.
I'd
In
heard
reality,
about
if
it,
you
but
built
really
some
much
giant
so.
water tower, I'm sure they would have been more akin to that.
Anyways, they're not gonna. If you're trying to head back to the town, they're not gonna give anybody anything. They're probably gonna attack you on sight, really.
Yeah, that's true. I've just been following this one traveling band, not really caring where I'm going. They travel during the day, though. Insane.
Why would you travel during the day where it's hell out?
Well, if you had the water for it, seems.
They do. They have quite a bit of water. That's why I've been following them.
Mm. And I trust you got separated somehow.
Oh no, I just didn't want to travel during the day. I'm not insane.
Wait. How many people?
Oh, let's see, a good 6, I believe. Hold on, 6 or 5. No, I'm insane. There were 5 dogs, 2 people.
Wait, I thought all. Oh.
What? Is that insane to be traveling with some animals to protect you?
No.
He seems to be having a hard time processing this, so we'll give him a moment. Perhaps his brain will start working eventually.
Last I heard, I was pretty sure there wasn't gonna be any animals in this desert for a good while. Or, well,
Did you
dogs.
really expect all camels to come up down and die? They had 2 camels, 5 dogs, and there were 2 people.
I'm not surprised by the camels, I'm just surprised by the sheer number of dogs.
Who is a lot?
Perhaps they just recently had a litter.
5
Some were
dogs.
much
What are you
smaller.
talking
Yeah,
about?
yeah, 5. Yeah.
Either way. We're heading that way. Dude, I'd say do you want to join, but I do
I'm
want to punch
tempted.
you in the
However,
face.
I haven't really found any water this direction.
You
So
really
it
don't
would
seem to be
be
on good terms.
well. He doesn't seem to be good terms on me. I'm tempted to head back to the town, but if they are quite pissed that I ran away, blamed you for it, perhaps it would not be the best.
What even did you do?
Oh, nothing really. Just a few pranks here and there. And they took offense to that and locked me up, and so I, as one does, escaped. It's not that hard.
Well, you can go back. If they have things you need, they don't have to know you were ever there.
Oh, no, they don't. I took everything of mine left.
I was more referring to the issue of water.
True. However, I don't feel like being hung. Which I'm sure they'd do to me, or at least kill me and harvest any water that I have inside of me. They're not that
You'll
friendly.
only be hung if they catch you.
True. However, I'm not that great at, sneaking around. It was more getting out is what I'm.
I mean, if it's 2 people, if I... No. But what if?
You have to give some time for your friend's brain to work again.
How... The other group that you were, I suppose, following... Are they, like, super far away now?
I don't know. I've been able to catch up with them every night, so it hasn't been too bad.
We do need water, and do you guys think we have enough water to, get to an actual source of water soon?
Do we have any idea where that would be?
No, but I'm saying how lucky do we feel?
Not very, considering the circumstances.
So, what if we gave ourselves some more chances?
Are you suggesting we mugged these random people?
I think that would be a horrible idea. The dogs were quite large, you see.
I mean, how large were the dogs? They had 5 of them.
Well-
Can't be that large.
That's a great question. You said 2 of the dogs were big, and by big, do you mean like they were as tall as I was, or like up to my waist?
I mean that they are considered to be large creatures.
Ah, so they were about twice my height.
Ah.
Those are some big fucking dogs.
Do we have any
Yeah.
heavy things to drop on them?
Oh, where do you think you're going to drop them on something? There's nothing but dunes.
I can fly.
Do you really think you could carry something large enough to damage a dog of that size with your small stature?
It'd be possible.
No offense to you, but it looks like your arms are made of twigs. I doubt you could carry nothing big enough to actually harm.
Honestly, I really, really couldn't care less what we do now. I'm just so sick of sand and more fucking sand.
You could say that.
Well, if we had
But
enough
little-
water to escape the desert, do you think with 5 people we could survive on our own?
Well,
I wouldn't really call
quite
5
well enough with
people on
one
it.
person, so unless you all are bumbling idiots, I would say so.
See, Silder would look around. Might they be able to see some sign, perhaps of where there might be water, like cloud or anything?
It is dark in the desert. There is not a sign of clouds in the sky as the druid crafts didn't pop on up earlier either. But as I said, it is a continent, so if you wander far enough in any direction, you're bound to hit the edge. As a very rough map for you, give me one moment. While I wait to upload my map. Blue would be the sound that we want. Yellow, Valen would be the only one aware, is where that convoy would be. As I said, you've been traveling for about 6 hours, so they're about 2 hours away, back in the direction. And the red dot is representative of where Valen ran into the convoy.
Okay.
Just one more.
And this part of that is yellow where I've come from.
It is where you ran into the convoys. So you left the city you went because of that, which is
You
where
said
you
red was where you ran into
Yellow
the
would
convoy.
be where
Yellow
the
was where it is right
convoy
now.
Yeah, I just heard the question. I paddled through myself.
Yeah.
Um, yes, indeed.
I see.
And green is where we are now.
Yes, indeed. One moment, I'm typing a bit more.
Well, if you really feel adventurous, we could head out different way. But this odds of survival are not the best. However, odds of survival anyway are the best.
Six more.
Or perhaps you slept through it.
Hmm.
Okay, okay.
You're having all this today with no watch.
Hear me out. Hear me out. What if, what if we tried anyways?
Try what?
The convoy.
As in robbing them. That's a horrible idea.
I mean, it's only a horrible idea if the two people, riding are also really good at fighting.
What part of they have 5 dogs and 2 of them are twice my size do you not understand?
Well, okay, 5 dogs and 2 of them are twice your size. That just sounds like we can either get the small dogs first or get the big dogs first, and that's still a...
Listen, that sounds like to me one of them could bite your little small friend over their hole, he says, pointing to Cicero, and it sounds like a lot like you trample the rest of you flat, or bite off your heads.
Please, they
All of
couldn't
which
even
are
touch
not
me.
good ideas.
They
Why
couldn't
we
even
talk
touch
about
me.
why you talk about killing? Why we
Oh,
not?
they're the ones who brought it up.
Because they're desperate, I'd imagine.
Listen, you could wrong, but honestly, I'm heading in that general direction. And if you're going to head in that general direction, cool as well.
Like, there's definitely no point in heading back towards the town, but at the same time...
Oh, there's no point heading in my direction either. It's been about 20 hours in the direction I've been, and it's all desert. So, unless you're
Right.
prepared for a long ride of desert, don't go this way.
And there's a solid chance that... There's a solid chance that we need to move more than another couple days in the other 2 directions. Literally, it feels like our only option is to risk our lives, because otherwise we're heading back towards the town and getting killed anyways.
Could we not just try stealing from the town? Or borrowing?
We could
Listen,
try to
isn't
steal
borrowing just
from
advance?
we can try to, and first off, we need to enter that town. That town that's actually populated.
Do they have something of yours there?
Sorry?
Like, I don't see the need going back all the way to town. My plan is to follow those people a ways back, and then probably split off when I think I have enough water to reach the edge of this desert.
Are they
Right,
going
and
to accommodate all of us?
we can do that in all one go, is my point. Like,
I think
they've
that's,
been traveling during the day. They're gonna be sleeping now.
that is true. No, those dogs, I think, wouldn't appreciate it.
Like, I'm not saying it's not risky. It's obviously going to be risky, and it's, not a move that I normally suggest, but it's either probably dying, except, you know,
Listen, I think it's a great idea to follow this paradigm. I think it's a great idea for you to try and take the water and get ripped to shreds so I can take your water. So let's go together.
like our 3 options are probably dying from dehydration, possibly dying from a fight, or definitely dying because we got too close to the town again.
Listen, as I said, it's a great idea. Let's go follow these people like I've been doing, and then perhaps, you could try and steal their water and then get killed, and then I could take your water. Or perhaps it goes well and we steal their water and we're all off good. I think this plan is magnificent. Also, it's quite awkward to be talking with you for such distance. But I really think that you're trying to kill me in some way.
If we were trying to kill you, you'd already be dead.
Yeah, you like to think so. Yeah, and Valon comes down from his hill, stepping into the light, and he is a fox person. He's got this darker fur striped with red. He's got a mischievous grin on his face at all times.
Oh, what are you?
And is wearing some traveling clothes. And he says, "Oh, I am a Vulp. Nice to see you. I don't know who you are, but my name is Valonest."
I am Cicero.
Just Cicero? No last name? No family
No
number?
last name. It got stolen.
That's right, then.
You gave someone your last name, didn't ya?
I was much less experienced then than I am now.
I can't believe they actually got you, because you're like a fairy and all.
I was 7.
So?
What is this?
If anybody like Cicero asks you for your name, don't give it to them. They will literally take your name. It's hilarious.
It is, honestly.
But Cicero gave me a name.
Well, did you ask for his name?
I bestowed you with a name. I did not give you a name.
See? And that's why I introduced myself first.
Anyways, nice to meet you all.
Oh, you haven't given me your name, but I can call you whatever I like then. Use the stupid human, and there's Cicero, and there's the bug person, and then the webbed monkey.
You can call bug person Sildor.
Sildor,
My actual
Cicero,
name is, and then
human. Yeah.
Sildor's going to start doing some clacking with their mandibles and waving an antenna. It's like, but hard for for Cicero to say. So Cicero, call me Sildor. Sildor, acceptable as name.
Oh, wonderful.
Now, before I was interrupted, and I was gonna say, nice to meet ya. My name's Dad.
Please. Oh, that's wonderful. I would have thought your name was Get Caught.
Now, that wasn't clever, just mean-spirited.
Of course. Listen, haven't I been mean-spirited this entire time?
Well, yes, but you've at least been entertaining with it.
I'm running low on the barrel of insults I can throw.
Yes, I can tell.
After all, there's only a certain amount you can do before you get to know someone more.
Either way, I highly doubt that all of us, or even most of us, can consistently sneak through, or sneak by that, caravan?
I probably could.
Take water and get out.
That part would be a little bit harder.
So,
Sure.
Who's here for the organized ambush?
I personally would not say I'm the stealthiest. I'm
I think it's a brilliant idea.
I think you said that already.
Of course, I would love to see you all get yourself killed.
Like, this isn't gonna be a consistent thing, but we happen to be in the middle of the desert, and we don't know where the nearest source of water is beyond the town that's gonna kill us. So, if we basically just take the caravan of water, I'm assuming, we can head in a direction that's gonna lead out of the desert. Well, technically all the directions lead out of the desert, but that we haven't gone before. Hope for the best. Get out, and then never have to talk about this again.
I think I will bring it up in many different situations. I think it's hilarious.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not keen on the idea, but I'm not exactly gonna survive alone, so I suppose I'll follow along.
So there were 2 big dogs, 3 small dogs. Are we
Yes, and
trying
2
to
camels
go?
and 2.
Are we trying to? Well, the humans, I don't know if they're even a threat. But are we trying to kill the small dogs first because power in numbers? Or are we trying to kill the big dogs first because they're big?
Why are we talking about killing?
Oh, because they're lunatics.
Because we're not gonna have enough water to get out of this desert in most cases.
Have you, perchance, thought about, purchasing water from them?
I asked before if they were able to accommodate all of us.
Oh, I think they do have enough water. As for being willing to sell it, I haven't pushed too much on that front. I've been willing to just travel with them for a while.
Well, I, for one, would be more partial to negotiation as a first resort.
I assumed with the amount of time you've had with that caravan, you would have tried to purchase. Given
Oh, not
that you're
yeah.
apparently.
I don't see the need of perhaps ruining their their accommodation of me, or their, just general allowing me to be around by perhaps suggesting that they give up some of their water. They were kind enough to give me some water skins already, even though they're empty.
Well, they weren't empty at the time. They're empty now because it's been several days.
Yes, but that's beside the point.
With how you told your story, you made it sound like. No, you still did steal it from them, didn't you?
I'll steal it from them. Don't take me as such a heathen. They are kind people, unlike you. I can see I'm causing you an aneurysm. That's good. Should I keep it up?
You really need to work on telling a story without really making it seem
Listen,
like.
you're 4 strangers in the middle of the night. You suggested killing people as your first thing. You really think I should tell you the full story right away?
You see, the suggestion of killing came from the assumption, or rather the.
That's how I can tell you're a mean-spirited person.
Oh,
Listen,
yes, totally.
You could go up to them, and I said they had lots of water. And you could have asked, well, could we buy it from them? Never once was that asked. I was the one who's even suggested it.
Well, first off, Cicero is the one who asked if they could accommodate us You're
I
the
said
one who
yes.
said that you followed them as they traveled through the day during the night, and you acquired water from them as a person who was recently, relatively recently, imprisoned.
Oh, and I
Why
told
would
you that
I
was
not
people in
assume that you
France.
stole them?
Listen, you just assume very much without.
No,
answering.
because you used
That's
vague
fine.
language.
Of course, I'm using vague language
You
because I
used
don't want you
vague
to kill me, right?
language because you. And it's vague language that, I will be completely honest with you, didn't need to be vague, even with your
But
justification.
listen.
Because guess what?
I think it's funnier seeing you rage like this.
Oh, no, it was. It was funnier to
Go on.
imply that certain options didn't exist and then call people idiots because they caught up to what you were implying.
I don't think I implied anything.
You
I
did.
think you
You
jumped
did
very many
because you purposefully
assumptions.
used vague language as you stated. That is exactly what you did. Don't try to
Implying
twist
that we
it
should kill
back
them
on me.
rather than saying that they had lots of water and not saying that you could perhaps purchase it. Instead
You
of you jumping to the
implied.
assumption that perhaps you could purchase it, you jump to the assumption we should kill them. I think that's your problem.
You implied that you stole it. Because
I
you
don't think I
knew.
implied anything. I said they gave me water.
No, you said you acquired water.
I said they gave me 2 water skins.
No, you
and
said you
unfortunately,
acquired water, and you never said the specific amount of water.
I'm
You
pretty
just
sure I
said
said
that you
they
followed
gave me.
them throughout the night, they traveled during the day.
Quiet.
I'm 90% sure they said they gave me water.
No. It's because that they didn't that I even thought it.
They did actually give me the water.
Quiet. Cicero. Silder not more confident with more people.
Should we leave this one out then?
Well, that's fine by me. I'm going back this way. You can do whatever you want. Walk on by
I get
then.
very confused. Why talk of killing?
Well, because these people are desperate.
Desperate.
Because
Yes,
when the
Silder understand
implication
desperate.
of a story comes with there was no.
I think he's just scrambling for straws here. I'll see you all later. I'm sure you'll come to ambush these people while I'm there, and I'm not sure which people I'll help out yet. Depends on who's winning.
Well, I hope it won't have to be an ambush. In an ideal situation, we'd simply ask them for water and get it.
Depends on how they are. I don't know what their supplies are, but they do run deep.
Silder, try find water before kill. Please?
Go ahead. If you can.
Of course,
I
yeah,
hope
I
you
don't know
can.
if that's an option out of character.
As a character, in terms of finding water, the answers are always kind of going to remain the same. You'll either need to get creative with something, like how I described the cactuses and then suffocating the cactuses for water, or you'll need to go to the edge of the continent. Or, when I have the continent map ready, you could wander around a bunch and see if there's something else in there. Usually, I'll just go ahead and throw this out. Usually, the way that I handle it is I'll put the continent map down, and you guys will just draw whatever path you want to walk around. If there's something of note, you'll run into it. And if there's not, you'll be wandering around.
Okay.
So whether we attack it or simply ask, I think the caravan would be our best chance of finding water.
I agree. There's As much as I wish there was, I don't think there's anything else out here.
This area, no. DM would. So I mean, you told me how the townsfolk produce water. What would be required for Silder to potentially figure that out?
First you would need a cactus, and from there, it's kind of up to you. It's a matter of what you think your character would reasonably know. Um, for example, I play on Capital TV The Hunger Games. The Discord link is discord.gg/slash Hunger Games. Um, but playing there, I've picked up a lot of random skills. If you know what you're going to do, or if you don't know what you're going to do, but you want to make some sort of associated check, that's fine. You would just need to tell me what you want to do, or make the check and pass whatever DC. Um, but yeah, first and foremost, you would need to find a cactus, which the desert has been mostly devoid of.
Well, Silder does still have one cactus at least. So yeah, the question is, okay. Well, I mean, it's been like a year that Silder's been living in the desert. I assume that probably the area that they'd been camped for that point had more cactus. What makes you laugh the most? Yes, it is. Let me see here. Is it on my list? Let me see if that's on my list.
Silver just spontaneously comes up with a way to generate water.
Nope, it is not. It is not on this. You think it should be on an artificer list, but it is not.
It's on the druid list. And the cleric list, and some paladin and fathom as well.
Are any of us one of those?
Can't help you. I'm
Nope.
an archfey warlock.
Not even a spellcaster, so no.
Also, I am not standing at my computer right now, so if you do need me to look at something, you'll have to call it out.
Okay. Well, I mean, I can look up a thing. Let me see here. Generating water
Trying to figure out
how to get water from a cactus. Ah, I see. Okay.
I will say though, at the moment, it sounds like you guys kind of somewhat have an idea what you would like to do. Yeah.
Madeline's already
whether
probably
together,
walking away.
right? Everyone, whether together or not, sounds like they're heading towards the caravan, correct?
Yes, I'd say
Yeah.
so.
So, I think we can go ahead and call session here. That'll give you guys some time. I heard, be looking up some things about harvesting from cactuses. It'll give you guys some time to maybe figure out how you want to approach the caravan. It'll give me some time to correct any mistakes that I may have made and figure out how to handle those. So I think it's just it's a good place to wrap up, probably.
Absolutely. Do you have anything to say before I stop the stream?
Yes, that's an idiot, Cicero. I like Cicero, and that's it.
Amazing. As usual, our link can be found to the Moran Adventuring Company West Marches in the description to the Twitch channel and Twitch. account channel and our YouTube channel as well. Thank you all for watching, for anyone that is here, and thank you all for coming this week. This should be our new regular party. Hopefully, we won't have any more drops or add-ins. I do have faith in this group a bit more than the ones we had to replace. No offense to them. Our next stream for this game should be July the 6th. July the 6th at 11 a.m., unless something comes up, in which case we'll delay like we did today. Next week's game should be Mahuma Baka at June 8th at 11 a.m.
See ya there. Bye now.
Great.